What is up, my nerds? Welcome to Table Ready. My name's Noah, and this is the Critical Review, where I critically review every episode of Campaign 3 of Critical Role. Now, all of my reviews should be taken with the same amount of seriousness as a roving mauler. If you don't know what it is, look it up. Some quick housekeeping before we get into the review, the theories, and the ratings. I am going to start a Patreon. I don't know if it'll be this week, but soon. Why? Because I want to do giveaways, and I make no money on this channel. So the sooner I can make some kind of money, the sooner I can give you guys cool stuff. That's about it. Let's get into review. We start the episode with Imogen researching her mother, Liliana, somewhat unsuccessfully, with pages from the tome being torn out and leaving her with a lot of questions. She asks the librarian who had the book last, and lo and behold, it's the dead Lumen twins, the ones who the Anger was supposed to protect. Now the crew better watch out because someone's on cleanup duty and y'all's about to make a mess. Back to Imogen's mom though, she was gone her entire childhood, and when Imogen started to show signs of having similar powers to her mother, her father distanced himself. It seems as though the mother's powers were either under some kind of study or given to her in some kind of experiment. It seems like the former though, like she was being studied and was one of multiple subjects. This isn't all that Imogen finds out in the library. She learns that the Briarwoods are from Wildmount. She also learns about their supposed end and their post-mortem support of the Whispered One. There's not much she can do with that information except for give it to Laudna. So she does, and eventually heads back to the Lumen twins' home with Orym to delicately ask if she can kind of rummage through their things, see if the torn out pages of the tome are present, but they find nothing. Do you ever have one of those dreams where what you were doing during the daytime seeps into your subconscious and then you have weird messed up dreams about it that night? Well, that's what happened to Imogen, because she has this creepy nightmare, same red storm, thinks she sees her mother, definitely thinks she sees the Lumen twins, warning her to run. She does, and eventually is woken up before anything terrible happens, to the sight of Laudna writing down whatever she could take from Imogen's night terror screams. The remainder of the episode was pretty much shopping, which Travis tried to avoid, and I understand. The one silver lining is that the party meets a cool NPC named Marwa, who is a shop owner who seems to have inherited the shop from her late father and is doing her best, but probably isn't doing a very great job keeping the shop on its feet. We learn a little bit more about FCG's backstory. FCG seems to be remembering things, and this time he remembers that he was part of the Division for Public Good. That is until his party, the DPC, was destroyed by a one-eyed monster. Imogen tried to use her powers to look into his memory, but it was ineffective. Oh my goodness, if there's anything that could make a shopping episode worse, it's to sprinkle in a bit of planning.
Come on, man. Seriously?
That's what the party does the rest of the episode, and I gotta say, for this, I'm gonna give you a 3 out of 10. No offense, it's just part of the game, but I gotta say, I didn't enjoy it very much, and at 2:30 in the morning, I was pretty tired of all the talking. Daddy Estros lets the party know what's going down next. They're going to this ball. At the ball, there are 8 members of the Chande Quorum there, who will all be secret. Anyone who enters the quorum is basically on, like, I'm guessing it's some kind of Gias spell or whatever it is. Basically, they're going to die if they say anything about it. But Estros is trying to figure out who's in this elite club. His plan is that the party will split up into 2 groups. There will be Dorian, Orym, and Fern, who I believe are looking after Dorian. It's his entourage, right? He's coming as a guest, and they've decided not to give him an alternate identity, just to say that he is who he is because he's royalty. I almost forgot. Imogen's with them too, which leaves Fresh Cut Grass, Laudna, Chet, and Ashton all to protect Estros. You see, Estros knows who the face of the quorum is and wants to track him by swapping out a ring that he has on his hand for one that can track him. The party, though, doesn't know how to do this. They keep bouncing around ideas and never really come to a solid one. I think they forgot that they have the smoke potion, which might be their best option. No worries about dark vision. You know what you're looking for, while nobody else knows what you're looking for. Might give you the best opportunity to get up in there. The party also tries to talk about a name, and they don't really get anywhere. Well, I guess we'll talk about that next when we get into theories. First and foremost, Elle, thank you for this theory. I like it because it's simple and has no justification other than that you just think it's time for an evil parent. I love that. Let's go. 9 out of 10. I think that Marwa is going to become an important NPC. Matt likes to choose a shopkeeper that the party can continually go back to and become one of their favorite NPCs. In Campaign 1, you have Gilmore, in Campaign 2, you have Pumat, and now we have Marwa. For my next theory, I have to say that creepy-ass doll is haunted AF. Matt had Fresh Cut Grass roll a die and then took 2 points of something after Imogen tried to pry into his memories to figure out what was going on with this one-eyed monster. I think that this is some kind of game mechanic going on between Matt and Sam, where Sam is learning or forgetting things from his memory bank. I think it has something to do with a randomness in his memory that will allow him access or remove access to certain memory files. Why I think this is that Fresh Cut Grass seemed to not know at all what happened to his previous party, and then said,
I think I remember seeing the thing that did it to them, and I don't remember much because I was sort of coming out of a stasis, but I did see that the creature had one eye.
And that makes me think that there's some kind of mechanic allowing him to remember things. My last theory, again, is about the party name. I think that the band Witchin would be a cool name, but again, I'm not so much into the Belle's name, all of that. I'm pretty over the whole Belle thing. I think Ashton's over the Belle thing, so I would like to see something a little more unique, something I would like to wear, like the band Witchin, like, you know.
Witches be bitches?
But again, I think it would be really cool if Matt took part in naming the party, either because of reputation or what have you. It could also be that the party has a name and then the city has a different name for them, which I think would also be cool and could give them another option moving forward. So maybe we can have both. Although that's what I want, I think the most likely name is going to be Belle's Hells. Why? Because the party is attached to this Belle thing, and also why they wouldn't say Hell's Belle first makes me think that they thought this out beforehand because of the trademark with Hell's Bells. And so they decided Belle's Hells instead. It might be preordained here, but maybe not. We'll see. Now on to some ratings. If you're upset with me for giving them such a low rating on the pacing and the content of this episode, that's fine, but I'm never gonna give more than a 6 out of 10 for a shopping episode. At least I don't think I will. We'll see. I'm glad that Taliesin took the opportunity to nix the idea of the new nobodies, basically letting the party know, yo, we robbed people. Some of these people. Let's come up with something original. I would give that a solid 7 out of 10. Because, yeah, I agree. Let's pick something else.
Oh, what about your face?
What about it?
Wow. I mean that...
Inside check.
Straight savage, 9 out of 10. And lastly, I love that Marisha's stumbling over her words and can't count in this scene.
22. Okay. Wait, nope, that's a 13, not an 18, 16.
16. So pretty decent.
17.
You realize that the door...
That's gonna give it an 8 out of 10 just because it made me laugh. I went back and watched it twice. That's all I got for today. I'm gonna try to get the next video out on Friday if possible. I'll do my best, but in order to watch it, you have to be subscribed. So hit the subscribe button, make a mage hand out of the like button. I reply to 100% of the comments down below, so I'm excited to talk to you. All right, peace.